Mirror bacteria. The molecules are in reverse. Your immune system has no defense, nothing does. Scientists warn they could wipe out entire ecosystems. Guys, is this the end of life on Earth as we know it? Yo, welcome back, guys. Mirror bacteria. Scientists sounding the alarm that entire ecosystems could be at risk. Nothing has a defense, not humans, not animals, not plant life. Guys, this is crazy. It's like science fiction to my ears, man. Yo, you guys let me know what you think, man. Is this something you guys are genuinely concerned about, we have to worry about in our lifetimes? Or does this sound like some media hype, sensationalism, combined with some level of theoretical science? And guys, if this is something that we gotta worry about today, if we gotta worry about being infected with mirror reverse molecule bacteria, what does that even look like, man? What does that look like? Leukemia? Does that look like a cancerous mass? What is that? What does your blood just go septic? Or yo, what does that even look like, man? And what would that look like on a plant? Like, that's just, I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? And let's break down this video, see what they got to say over here at CBC. Oh, and if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you being here, guys. Let's see what they got to say.
There's a new warning from a group of over 24 biologists. They are calling for a ban on mirror cell research, warning it's too dangerous. Mirror bacteria is constructed from mirror images of molecules found in nature. They say it could put humans, animals, and plants at risk of lethal infections and could lead to the collapse of entire ecosystems. In a 300-page report published by Stanford University, researchers say mirror bacteria could not evolve from existing life, but their creation will become increasingly feasible as science advances. Their altered interactions with natural organisms could lead to profound and highly consequential effects.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So this is not a technology that exists yet, but apparently they're on the verge. They're on the verge of coming up with this. Is that what's going on, man? This is wild.
Of those natural organisms. Now, our next guest is one of those scientists raising those concerns. Dr. Michael Kay is a professor of biochemistry at the University of Utah who builds mirror molecules that could be used to develop therapeutics. We reached him in Salt Lake City, Utah. Thank you, sir, for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very quickly and as simply as possible, if you could, let's just start with perhaps explaining a little bit, very simply if you could, what exactly mirror molecules are.
Sure. So all of the natural biomolecules, things like DNA, proteins, and sugars, have a certain handedness to them, kind of like your hands. And it's theoretically possible to make versions that are the mirror image, like your opposite hand, of those molecules. But those types of molecules can only be made synthetically. They don't occur naturally. And these are molecules that have a lot of potential, especially for therapeutics, because they're not recognized and degraded by the body, and they have the potential to be very long-lasting therapeutics.
So potentially some good could come out of this, but we know there are...
I don't trust that at all. What do you mean? Yo, I don't trust that with therapeutics. Yo, we're talking about forever chemicals. We're talking about things that you can't chelate out your body already this week. And now they're talking about they want to invent molecules that your body has no idea, doesn't know how to oxidize, doesn't know how to digest, doesn't know how to break down, doesn't know how to get rid of. Yo, man, this is crazy. What about prions, right? Aren't prions strange, like protein formations that really mess with your body and destroy you? And not people, but deer right now and stuff like that, like prion disease. Yo, this is why, dude, this does not seem safe, man. Yo, let's break out down some details real quick. But geez, man, yo, it sounds like they're on the verge of coming up with some crazy stuff like this. And dude, I do not need this in my life, man. Not with everything else going on, man. Oh my geez. Mirror bacteria made in a lab could endanger all life on Earth. An international group of leading scientists have warned in a new report. All building block molecules of life, like DNA, proteins, and carbohydrates, have a unique structural property that still perplexes scientists. They have what is called structural asymmetry, or chirality, which means they can have alternative mirror image versions similar to left and right versions of the human hand. DNA and RNA are made from right-handed molecules, while proteins are made from left-handed amino acids. This chirality or handedness of life molecules dictates their chemical reactivity and how life interacts with other matter. Mirror bacteria, which are hypothetical synthetic forms of life, hypothetical. So when they say hypothetical, it sounded like this dude right here was saying that they've been able to come up with these in a lab. Do they mean mathematically? Do they mean theoretically? That's I don't know, man. That's some interesting stuff right there. The scientists noted that these mirrored organisms would differ fundamentally from all known life and could pose a significant risk to ecosystems as well as human health if not carefully managed. Bro, this is gonna be worse than the plastic particles and everything we breathe in the air and everything we drink. Yo, are you kidding me, man? Dude, if this ends up being a thing, we are going to end up with reverse molecules out the wazoo, man. I'm telling you right now, dude. If not managed carefully, when have we managed a single thing carefully? Okay? Jeez, man. Come on. These synthetic bacteria with their unique features could evade natural predators like viruses and microbes that keep bacterial populations in check. A synthesized mirrored microbe wouldn't just be essentially invisible to animals and likely plants, but also other microbes, including viruses that could attack and kill it. Van Cooper, a microbiologist from the University of Pittsburgh, said this could enable hypothetical life forms to spread easily between ecosystems, putting humans, animals, and plants at continuous risk of infection. Oh my geez, dude, that's wild. It could result in like an alternate ecosystem feeding off of our ecosystem and then eventually replacing it? That's wild, man. Though the threat was currently speculative. Okay, so it's just entirely theoretical. Researchers said the possibilities merited careful consideration to ensure scientific progress aligned with public safety. That's a joke. That's a joke. I genuinely don't even believe that's possible. These bacteria could potentially evade human defenses, resist natural predators, and disrupt ecosystems, Patrick Kai from the University of Manchester, a leading scientist in synthetic biology, said. This form of life has never existed or evolved. Consequently, all biological interactions would be different or likely wouldn't even work. In a mirror bacterium, all building block molecules like DNA and proteins are replaced by their mirror image versions. They naturally can't evolve from existing life, but may be created artificially in a lab. So I guess what they're saying is they've created the building block molecules in reverse. Is that what they're saying? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're saying they created the building block molecules in reverse. That's what I'm getting out of all this. It naturally can't evolve from existing life, but may be created artificially in a lab. By doing so, it requires substantial breakthroughs in synthetic cell research, the scientists said. So it's kind of like the AGI right now with the artificial intelligence that we were talking about earlier. It's not even there yet. So guys, really, let me know in the comments, is this something for real? Like that we got to worry about in our lifetime, you know? Because this is buck wild, man. Theoretically, this is buck wild, man. Dude. Although capability to engineer such life forms that could be decades away, researchers called for discussions involving policymakers, scientists, industry, civil society, and the public to chart a safe path forward. While mirror bacteria are still a theoretical concept, so theoretical, okay. Yo, man, this whole thing made it seem like it was pretty real, man, for a second, dude, for real. That stressed me out. While mirror bacteria is still theoretical in concept and something we likely won't see for a few decades, we have an opportunity here to consider and preempt risks before they arise, Dr. Kai said. We cannot rule out a scenario in which a mirror bacterium acts as an invasive species across many ecosystems, causing pervasive, lethal infections in a substantial fraction of the plant and animal species, including in humans, the scientists said in the report. Scientists include experts in immunology, plant pathology, ecology, evolutionary biology, biosecurity, planetary sciences, said they hoped to guide research on such a bacteria while prioritizing safety for animals and the environment. So is this like so I know in the tech sector, right? Like, let's say you see Sam Altman approach Congress and say, hey, yo, we need to regulate AI because it's getting mad dangerous. At the exact same time that while in the company they're getting rid of their ethics board, as they start to realize that they've kind of capped out on LLMs and they want to start making money because they know that they're going to need a new technology and pursue a new architecture to pursue AGI, right? Yo, they start going to Congress and going, man, this AI stuff is really dangerous, man. We need to research it and spend money on researching it, and like you guys should give us money so that like we can keep you safe. I'm wondering if this is something like that, right? Because these industries, they'll come and they'll create hype. They'll create hype when they start wanting to push a little bull market, you know, when they start wanting to push a little bubble. They said some related technologies that did not directly lead to mirror bacteria, such as mirror image DNA and proteins, had potential for advancing medicine, but early dialogue was crucial to addressing potential threats. We do not recommend restricting any of these areas of research. I hope this is a starter of many discussions, such as VC funding and maybe getting investors really excited. That's now the vibe I'm getting from this whole article. The many discussions engaging the broader communities and stakeholders soon. Yo, when they say and stakeholders, they mean, the people that are willing to start throwing around the bread. Yo, I bet you anything they're trying to get money off this, man. And that's kind of a relief because we got an article here that's breaking down exactly how realistic of a threat this is in our society with these mirror bacteria, man. Right here, dude. Let's check this out. In this study, we discussed the potential risks and ethical considerations of using scientific biology technologies to create an alternate form of life called mirror bacteria. What about a mirror person? Yo, what if you made a person that was made out of mirror molecules, man? Yo, would that be like an evil? No, I'm just kidding, bro. That's ridiculous. That's like the stuff of like a 50s horror movie. Anyway, yo, my bad. So anyway, look, alternate form of life called mirror bacteria. We call upon the broader scientific community and policymakers to engage in discussions and pursue preventative measures to avert this potentially existential threat from unfolding. All known life on Earth is homochiral, meaning DNA and RNA are composed of right-handed nucleotides and proteins are made of left-handed amino acids. I guess they link together, right? Like your fingers, right? And mirror versions of these and other essential components of life can be made now using chemical synthesis. While these chemically synthesized mirror proteins and nucleic acids in themselves pose no threats, really do they not? How can we be sure that they don't, though? Because already, like when I see stuff like this, right? When I see nucleic acids and mirror proteins, right? I'm thinking prion disease, malformed proteins, right? Isn't that what prion disease is? I mean, would our body not recognize these mirror proteins as that? I'm just saying, like, dude, can you say that they pose no threat? Can you say that? It may eventually become possible to make thousands of different mirror proteins and complete a million base pair mirror bacterial genome and assemble all of this to produce a living mirror bacterium. But can we even do that right now with regular? Can we even take molecules and assemble a living bacterium right now as is? Is that even something that we can do right now? Because it sounds like we're talking about two different fields of research advancing a whole ton right now, where not only are we able to produce all of these in mirror reverse form, but then we also are able to just print them out and build a living organism out of them. Like, just boop, there it is. It's alive. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm totally misinterpreting this. Yo, please educate me in the comments if I am, man, because this is some crazy stuff, dude. It may eventually become possible to get this done. Such a bacterium might be engineered so that it could pose a risk to our biosphere. This is not certain, but a possible. So now it might not even be guaranteed to pose a risk. It could be engineered to pose a risk. Mirror bacteria would function just as their natural homochiral counterparts with some exceptional differences. First, mirror bacteria would likely evade the immune defenses of humans, animals, plants, lead to the death of infected organisms. This would be analogous to risks some humans with severely defective immune systems. So apparently, I guess our bodies would respond as though we have severely defective immune systems and force them to live in isolation bubbles to avoid all possible infections. Jeez. Similarly, mirror bacteria. He's saying that we would end up having to live like those people to avoid getting infected. Similarly, mirror bacteria would be unaffected by naturally occurring bacteriophages, which are viruses that infect or are responsible for a large fraction of bacteria death in our oceans and aqueous environments. Protozoans may be able to ingest mirror bacteria, but not effectively metabolize their mirror proteins and carbohydrates. This could cause a massive amount of environmental damage. Wow, our homochiral world is ill-equipped to defend against mirror versions of life. So bacteria could consume this mirror bacteria, and then it could kill that bacteria like it just ate a poison. That's so interesting, man. That would talk about death of ecosystems. That would be wild. The path to mirror bacteria is not inevitable. First, mirror bacteria creation would likely require 10 to 30 years technology development before being possible. It would require a very large investment. A very large investment. I wonder if that's what this hype article was all about. I wonder if that's what this hype article was all about. Oh man, that hype article. And then when did it? 1 day ago. So there's a big push. There's a big push by who? They're looking for money. They're looking for money right now is what's going on. That investment at this point would only have a payoff of new knowledge because no one has a strong argument for utility of mirror bacteria. Yeah, except they're trying to generate that hype right now, dude. Yo, oh man, that's wild. Any medical uses of mirror proteins and nucleic acids can be met by current chemical synthesis approaches. Also, to reiterate, we are not sure if they would pose a grave threat to our world or not. Still, the group of scientists that wrote The Confronting Risks of Mirror Bacteria published in Science believe this is a non-zero risk of terrible consequences if synthetic biologists were to make these organisms that decisions about how to address them need further discussion. Limited utility of mirror bacteria does not justify significant risks involved. No biocontaminant strategy would offset this risk. We recommend preventing the creation of mirror bacteria, advancing oversight of enabling technologies and raw materials, and encourage further research into potential risks. Yo, that was not the tone this article had. That was not the tone this article had. This article ended with just about the opposite. We do not recommend restricting any of these areas of research. We just want to start a conversation and start engaging stakeholders. That was kind of the opposite of this. Related applications. Mirror biomolecules such as mirror image nucleic acids and proteins have scientific and potential therapeutic applications. These include research applications like aptamers, biocatalysts, and phage display, as well as incorporation of D-amino acids into synthetic peptide or drug proteins. We recommend that research on these should continue as it does not directly enable the creation of mirror bacteria and is of great value to basic science. So it's 10 to 30 years out to even have the tech that makes this possible. Yo, man, I really wonder if this is even something we got to worry about, guys. I wonder if this is something that people really just want money to keep researching. Man, yo, you guys let me know, man. Is this something that we really got to worry about? Is this something we got to stress about? Is this something maybe some people have seen out in the wild already? And maybe this is just a giant whitewash. You guys let me know in the comments. It seems like science fiction right now, and it seems like another great excuse to try to squeeze Silicon Valley VCs out of some more money. That's the vibe that I'm getting from all this right now, man. But hey, you guys have a great one. I'll see you in the next segment.